Morning. Today we're in the longest chapter in the book of Mark, Mark chapter 14. Can you imagine the emotional distress that Jesus felt the day before he was nailed to the cross? Can you imagine the hours, the minutes, even down to the seconds that he counted until his ultimate sacrifice and our ultimate salvation? In Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus goes to pray before the Father regarding his fate. Verse 33 states that he was deeply troubled and distressed. Verse 34 says that he was overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. I don't think any of us have known that type of sorrow, despair, suffering. Suffering that he felt, it was not his own. That was for us to feel. And yet he took that for us. But suffering is something that we've all faced. It can range from a financial need to an emotional distress to physical suffering. And though our sufferings may not be equal to Jesus's, God still sees our sufferings and the toll that they take on our lives. Jesus was suffering even before the real suffering came upon him. He was suffering because he watched the clock as it started ticking down. He knew the pain that he was going to be in, the humiliation that he was about to receive, and if you look back in the Lord's Supper section of Mark 14, how his body was going to be crushed and his blood was going to be poured out. But the words I want you to focus on today are these: not my will, but your will be done. There are times when I've been in deep distress. There have been times where financially I had no clue. We had more month at the end of our money. We've had heartache. We've had emotional distress. There have been health issues to deal with. We've all had moments like those where we've said to God, why am I having to suffer? You can take this from me. I just recently started a prayer, a recent time of anxiety that I had. And in times of anxiety and fear now, I say, yes, this is difficult. And yes, my heart is hurting, but not my will, but your will be done in my life. And praying that helped me see that my prayers and my problems were under the hand of God, and that brought me peace. Peace because I didn't have to try to figure all this out. God had it. God can take our struggles, but something we forget is that God can also use them. When we say, not my will, but your will be done, we're saying, build me through the sufferings. God uses our sufferings to better us, to teach us. I know he used mine to teach me discernment, to teach me to fully depend on him, and to teach me how to stay connected to him even in a time of suffering. Our pain, suffering, and problems, they're not forever. They are going to end. But God's faithfulness never ends. You need to start praying, not my will, but your will be done, God, in my life, and see how God can change your sufferings. See you tomorrow, Mark chapter 15.